I'm excited to start my thru hike of the Pioneer Trail today. I'm at the intersection of 1290 West and 650 North at the Hoosier Horse Camp. There are several horse camps here in the Hoosier National Forest. This one's incredible. It's quite extensive with lots and lots of trailers here today. But hike today should be moderate temps, but sunny, and mostly road walking with a couple stretches of backcountry or backcountry trail. Come along with me on my adventure. As you head south out of the Hoosier Horse Camp, the first stop is Norman, Indiana. About a quarter mile off the trail is this post office. Staff say they're open from 7:30 in the morning until 11:30, Monday through Saturday. So take that timing into account if you try and, say, send a box to yourself general delivery here. Also, it was cool to know that one of the staff members in there, one of the delivery people, actually has worked with some of the teams around here to get right-of-way for the trail. It was really cool to find a trail advocate right there in the post office. I'm walking along West County Road 450 North. This morning I've seen some deer, seen some turkeys, seen a bunch of cute furry burros. Just been a sunny road walk other than that. Here we go, Pioneer Trail heading into the forest. Behind me is a tree stand in the middle of the forest. And if you needed a reminder to wear blaze orange and be careful during hunting season, here it is. It's about 10 feet from the trail. Oh man, just had the worst, like 20-minute encounter stuck in Greenbrier and turned around. The section immediately north of West County Road 325 North is not very well marked, and it's definitely not a trail to follow. Some people do have I think Google has a pin for HHC, Hoosier Hiker Council camping. So if you can find that campsite, use that as the start for your hike. You'll be glad you did. After getting stuck in those brambles, it's time just to take a break in the shade, hydrate, have lunch, which is these tuna sandwiches with these tuna packets and an apple. Kind of take my shoes off and just chill, get my energy back, and get back on the road. Okay, back on the road. Excited to try 2 new pieces of equipment this trip. There's this Katahdin bee-free filter that's everyone says is really convenient. I just fill it up with some creek water that I found, and they say it's really easy to clean. You simply shake it in order to clean it. And the other one is this sun hoodie I'm wearing. This has done a great job keeping the sun off of me, and my boys got it for me for Father's Day, which is tomorrow, so thanks a lot, boys. Can you believe what I found? Someone littered this whole Smirnoff Ice bottle, lid on, contents intact. Litter bugs, I cannot stand them. I'm gonna make sure this gets disposed of properly. I'm coming up on Sparksville, which is sort of the halfway point of the Pioneer Trail. There's about 20 miles, at least 20 miles north of it, and then about 15 miles at least to the east of it. And Sparksville's kind of the midway point. There's a camping spot I'll show you in a minute. But it's good to be done with this day of hiking. It's been pretty hot and sunny, and I'm happy to get off my feet. So my day of hiking is done. Here's the railroad tracks in Sparksville and the pickup point for today. In between my 2 days on the Pioneer Trail, my father and I are staying at the Scottsburg KOA, which is quite nice. It's relatively new and facilities are really nice and clean. It's not cheap, but we're hoping that ensures that it's a good night's, quite nice night's sleep. We did stay at Delaney Park in the past, but when we stayed there, it was rowdy and people were being noisy late into the night. So here's to a quiet night's sleep at the Scottsburg KOA. In the middle of the Pioneer Trail is this park in Sparksville, just south of the train line. There's a little privy people can use. You can camp here overnight. There's a little interpretive sign explaining the area and the Knobstone Trail as well. Today's almost all paved roads, so Google thinks it'll take me about 5.5 hours to hike to Delaney Creek Park. I know from experience that I usually take about 2.1 miles, or usually do 2.1 miles in an hour. So experience tells me this walk will take me longer than that, than what Google says, but we'll see. Makes sense. I've just finished the first big open area south of Sparksville, and here's where the trail leaves McKinley Road, or crosses McKinley Road, right next to a creek. I should say that there's just no marking at all whatsoever around here. So if you're coming, you should be watching your GPS, get the GPS tracks before you depart. Stopped alongside this little creek to break out my lunch, which is crackers and cheese and salami. I realized that when I got out of the car at 11, took a gigantic chug of water and put down my water bottle in the back of my dad's truck and intended to grab another one, but I didn't. And all I've got for today is a 20 ounce, for all day long, it's a 20 ounce bottle of energy drink. So hope that either lasts me long enough or I'll find another way to get water. We'll see. I'm back on 135 now, but good news, my water problem has been solved. I was passing Millport Bulk Foods and I stopped in, asked to fill up my water bottle, and Dennis and Carol, who run that shop, they took care of that problem. And they also took care of my donut problem and my peanut butter and jelly problem. I didn't know I had those problems, but my cup overfloweth, and those problems are now taken care of. Man, they told me a lot about life here, about Dennis's time racing sprint cars as a young man, his time in Vietnam, their church, Driftwood Christian Church, just up the road. But man, if you're ever in the area, check out that church on Sundays. Check out Millport Bulk Foods. Thanks a lot, Dennis and Carol. If you need water as you approach Delaney Creek Park, you do cross over Delaney Creek, which looks like it's, for most months of the year, a pretty good, dependable source of water. We're back at the Scottsburg KOA for the evening, but thanks a lot for following my adventures. I'm getting closer towards finishing that whole 150, 160 mile Knobstone Trail, greater Knobstone Trail. And the Pioneer section was tough. It was hot, dusty, there wasn't much water to be found. I should say that when I hiked the northern section down into Sparksville, that I thought it would take 8 hours. It wound up taking about 6. Meanwhile, you recall that I mentioned that Google told me from Sparksville to Delaney Creek would take me about 5.5, but that one actually took me 6.5 because I stopped and got water and chatted with my new friends Dennis and Carol. And another thing to remember is that if you get to Leesville, or if you walk through Leesville, there's no convenience store there anymore. So don't depend on that for food or for water. But anyways, thanks a lot for watching my adventures, and we'll see you next time.